Britain's ambition to maintain a powerful naval presence has come at a hefty price. The nation's two new aircraft carriers, HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales, symbolise this ambition. However, they also represent a growing financial burden, sparking debate about their strategic value versus economic impact. The Ministry of Defence has poured billions into these leviathans, leading to difficult choices in defence spending. This essay will examine the financial challenges and strategic implications of Britain's carrier programme. The Royal Navy envisioned these carriers as centerpieces of a revitalized global presence, yet the reality of their immense cost has cast a long shadow. Critics argue that the billions spent could have been better allocated to more practical naval capabilities. The sustainability of operating two such expensive vessels remains an open question. The genesis of Britain's aircraft carrier programme can be traced back to a desire to reassert its naval dominance. The HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales were designed to be the largest warships ever built for the Royal Navy, capable of operating a formidable air wing of F-35B Lightning II stealth fighters. These carriers were envisioned as cornerstones of a global Britain, capable of projecting power far beyond its shores. However, the initial euphoria surrounding their construction has given way to the sobering reality of their cost. The price tag for these two vessels has ballooned to nearly $10 billion each, placing a significant strain on the Ministry of Defence's budget. This financial burden has forced the ministry to make difficult choices, delaying or cancelling other defence programs to accommodate the carrier's enormous appetite for funding. Critics argue that this prioritisation has weakened other areas of Britain's armed forces, leaving them ill-equipped to address a wider range of threats. The high cost of maintaining and operating these carriers, coupled with the need to invest in supporting infrastructure and personnel, has further exacerbated the financial pressure on the Ministry of Defence. The original vision of these carriers as symbols of Britain's renewed global ambition has been tempered by the harsh realities of their cost and the difficult trade-offs they have necessitated. The path to operational readiness for the HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales has been far from smooth. Both carriers have experienced technical glitches and setbacks, leading to delays and cost overruns. In 2017, the HMS Queen Elizabeth suffered a leak in its propeller shaft during sea trials. Staffing these carriers with qualified personnel has been a persistent challenge for the Royal Navy. The service has struggled to recruit and retain skilled sailors, engineers, and aviators. This staffing shortage has forced the Royal Navy to adopt a rotational crewing model. While this approach maintains a carrier presence, it raises concerns about crew cohesion and readiness. Section 4. Deployments amidst uncertainty, a balancing act between ambition and austerity. Despite the financial and operational challenges, the Royal Navy has sought to demonstrate the capabilities of its new carriers through a series of high-profile deployments. In 2021, the HMS Queen Elizabeth embarked on its maiden operational deployment, leading a multinational carrier strike group to the Indo-Pacific region. This deployment, which included transits through the South China Sea, was widely seen as a signal of Britain's commitment to upholding freedom of navigation and challenging China's growing assertiveness in the region. However, these deployments have also highlighted the delicate balancing act the Royal Navy faces between showcasing its ambitions and managing the carrier's costs. The recent election of a new Labour government committed to fiscal responsibility and a review of defence spending has further heightened uncertainty surrounding the future of Britain's carriers. The Ministry of Defence is under pressure to find cost savings, and the carriers with their enormous operating budgets represent tempting targets. While the new government has reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining two carriers, it remains to be seen how it will reconcile this pledge with the need for fiscal restraint.